What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As always, I'm your co-host Donovan Quick, and before we get started, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell, get notifications for when we drop our videos. But get right into it. So I've been trying to gather this season in my thoughts, right? This is going to be a little vent session, but it's also going to be kind of like an analysis, right? This team just 13 months ago was going into Baltimore with a chance to secure the #1 seed in the AFC. You heard me right. To secure a #1 seed in the AFC going into Baltimore. We got absolutely demolished. We ended up not even getting our own division. We had a 3-game lead. We squandered it. We did not win a game for the rest of that season. We lost our last 4 games. That is crazy. Then we go and I can't even. Then we go into this season and we lose almost everybody that was a great contributor to that season, to how that season started. And I'm kind of here, and I hate making the injury excuse. I hate making it. I do. I really, really do. It is my least favorite thing. Now, injury to a quarterback, that's understandable. But when you're talking about an offensive lineman, a pass rusher, like look at what the freaking Lions are dealing with this year. Their entire defense was basically on IR at one point. They had 22 guys on IR. But yet I'm still going to sit here and make these excuses. Last year, before, when we're on that run and we're about to go into Baltimore, the injuries that we had was insane. We had lost our left guard, Isaiah Wynn, to injury, our center, Connor Williams, to a torn ACL, our right guard, Robert Hunt, to a hamstring injury, our right tackle, Austin Jackson, to a foot injury. That's just the beginning of that. Don't forget high ankle sprain for Tyreek Hill. He was playing through. Don't forget Jalen Waddle is banged up all last year. That's why he didn't really do that well. Still somehow broke 1,000, but still didn't do that well. And then you go on the defensive side. Chubb, torn ACL in the Ravens game, actually. Jalen Phillips with a torn Achilles. We had no edge rushers after that. We ended up signing Melvin Ingram. Emmanuel Ogbah was on the team, but he wasn't really doing that well. Xavier Howard, he got injured. Jalen Ramsey, we were without for most of the season. Nick Needham was injured. Javon Holland was injured. 2 sprained MCLs. Absolute insanity. I can't even describe. I hate making the injury excuse, but when you have 4 of your 5 offensive linemen missing, that is, the playoffs are the trenches. The playoffs are the trenches. That's what it is. When you go against great teams, holding up in the trenches is what is important. And we were missing 4 of our starters there. 4 out of the 5 starters we were missing. And then you go on the defensive side. We were missing 2 of our top 2 edge rushers. We were missing our top corner. We were missing our top safety. Our linebackers were mid. And we had Eli Apple out there for most of the season, which, oh my God, terrible. And just thinking about that, thinking about how many injuries you had. 4 starters on the offensive line. Tyreek Hill playing with a high ankle sprain, which his biggest thing is being able to have speed and that cutting ability, which he lost because of that injury. And then, so basically you're down 5 starters on the offense. Then on the defensive side, you're down 1, 2, 3, 4 starters. You have 9 of your 22 starters out. 9 of your 22 starters out. And when 4 of your starters on the offensive line are not good, or not playing because they're injured, now you're not able to run the ball with the efficiency that you were at the beginning of the season. Because we had Mostert, Achane, and whoever else was back there at the time. Jeff Wilson wasn't playing that much. They were getting 10 yards per carry, 8 yards per carry. At the end of the season, we weren't able to run the ball for anything against no one. We sucked. We couldn't run the ball. So then they just dropped back into that too high safety look that we saw a lot this year. And credit to McDaniel this year for kind of, navigating his way around that. But it just was all year long. Could not run the ball, could not throw the ball. So now we had to just throw screens and create space on the outside zone blocking. And credit to McDaniel. Honestly, credit to him. But this roster was just not constructed to run the ball. It was not constructed to win this year. And a lot of us were kind of like, it was a reset year, but Greer and Ross and McDaniel kept telling us, no, we're good. And we just didn't listen. We did not listen. And for a good reason, because this was not a good product on the field this past year. It wasn't good. But it's still mind-boggling. 13 months ago, that is just over a year ago, we were fighting for the 1 seed. A year later, we're fighting for our life in the playoffs. Like, I can't even think about how mind-boggling that is. We were at 11 wins and ended up having to go to Kansas City in round 1. Make that make sense. 11 wins and you're going to Kansas City round 1. What are that sucks. That luck of the draw sucks. And we ended up going in negative 20-some degree weather with down 9 starters. And we're still kind of delusional. Like, yeah, Kansas City sucks. We're going to be good, blah, blah, blah. And they destroy us. We could not get anything going against their defense. Negative 20-something degrees. Like, ridiculous. Coming to this year, just not able to do anything. Everybody wants to know what happened to the offense. Why is Tyreek Hill frustrated? It's because the offensive line sucks. When you're not able to open up the pass game with your run game, and they're just able to sit back in a seven DBs back there being like, yeah, throw the ball. Boop. We can just bat it down. Like, everybody thought the offense was boring because of all the screens. They thought it was too gimmicky. Like, bro, we have time for nothing. Now, I think there was another adjustment that could have been made because, Tua did say that, by the time he gets the play call in and all the motions and everything else, he doesn't really have time to set the offense for what the defense is. Like, he sees the defense, and if he needs to go change a play, there's 3 seconds left and he needs to snap the ball. So that is something to work on for next year. Hopefully they get that fixed. But the offensive line is the main priority. And I'm hoping that he sticks to his word and gets it fixed. But, dude, this team, roster-wise, it just isn't the same as what it was last year. Jalen Ramsey, Xavier Howard, Javon Holland, Deshaun Elliott, Brandon Jones. Deshaun Elliott, Brandon Jones are Pro Bowlers this year. We had 3 Pro Bowler safeties. We had 2 Pro Bowl All-Pro corners. We had Chubb and Phillips had 10 sacks each. We had Sealer with 10 sacks. We had Christian Wilkins with 9 sacks. Christian Wilkins walked. Robert Hunt is a Pro Bowler this year. He was our right guard. Connor Williams was playing at an All-Pro level when he tore his ACL. And now he went off to Seattle and now he's retired. But it's ridiculous, man. The how far down it went. Now, I like Chop. I think he's going to be good, especially next year. I think that's going to be amazing to watch Chop, Phillips, and Chubb be the top 3 pass rushers on this team, because that's going to be amazing with Zach Sealer in the middle. Maybe get a DT to go with him. Calais Campbell coming back would be perfect. But all in all, man, it just sucks. And it's kind of like I'm analyzing it, but I'm venting at the same time. And I'm not sure if you kind of understand that, but let me know what you guys think in the comments below, because are you just dumbfounded like I am? How did this happen? Yeah, we understand how it happened, but how did this happen? All right, y'all. Deuces.